They have humanoid arms that would be best used for cooking and cleaning or shaking hands and serving drinks. But modern robots look a lot more like little tanks. They have heavy-duty treads. Instead of two hands, they have one giant pincer arm, and they have decidedly vicious-sounding names like the Talon and the Raven. That's because for the last 10 years, the biggest customer for robots has been the U.S. military, and they don't need robots that can dance.
With the advent of 9/11, the challenges of the caves of Afghanistan, the challenges of defusing roadside bombs, which happen every day in shocking numbers, created an opportunity to create some very, very sophisticated, very, very durable robots, which cost many, many millions of dollars to develop.
Colin Angle is the co-founder of iRobot. They're the same people who built the Roomba, the oversized hockey puck vacuum cleaner that you can get to suck up dirt while you're at work. One of iRobot's most successful inventions is the PackBot, a super rugged waterproof robot that surged in popularity with the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. The military was eager to find a way to keep soldiers out of harm. The PackBot is designed to work alongside the military and to survive abuse while out in the field. It can climb stairs, survive steep jumps, even withstand bomb blasts. And the PackBot isn't alone. Kinetic, another Boston area company, sells a similar robot called the Dragon Runner. Because the PackBot and the Dragon Runner have 10 years of field experience, researchers have had the chance to invent variations on their platforms and to make the robots more rugged. A larger version of the Dragon Runner, called the Talon, is particularly well suited for surviving on the battlefield.
Typical Talon robot can be blown up about 18 times before they kind of decide it's had enough. So it'll get blown up and repaired about 18 times. So it's pretty rugged.
Thanks to increased availability and lower prices, sea, air, and land robots are being put to use in difficult tasks on the home front. AeroVironment, a company that builds unmanned aerial drones for the battlefield, is looking at ways for their vehicles to fly in domestic airspace, too.
I can see our small unmanned systems having applications with the Department of Homeland Security, monitoring our borders. I could see our small unmanned systems being used by first responders to identify and understand the magnitude of a particular problem and help identify the best solution as to how to address that issue.
AeroVironment has used their experience making small aerial vehicles to build what they call the Hummingbird Nano, an upright drone that carries a small camera in its chest.
You'll find elements of Hummingbird in future systems that we have in development. It may not actually be a Hummingbird, but the things that we've learned can be applied again and again.
All three companies use the last 10 years to test out sensors that can help the robots maneuver and automate themselves. Autonomy is what separates real-life robots from remote control, and more of these systems are now thinking for themselves. For example, one problem iRobot recently solved is how to control a PackBot when it drives out of sight or gets flipped over.
The system has the ability to understand that it's tipped over, manipulate its flippers and its arm to right itself. So I don't have to send somebody to dress somebody up in a bomb suit, put them out in a hazardous situation to go recover the robot. It recovers itself.
Beyond automation is an early kind of true artificial intelligence. Witness Ava, a robot that can map all the rooms in a building, identify landmarks and roadblocks, and respond to commands to move around without the driver specifying any particular route.
Ava has an understanding of both where it is in your world and what room it is in, and knows how to get from place to place in a dynamic, crowded environment.
Ava is still a prototype, but it's a great example of how the lines are blurring between military and civilian robotics. And Ava is giving back to the war effort. PackBots will go to Afghanistan and Iraq equipped with similar sensors. Inside enclosed spaces, the robot will be able to perform like the Ava, mapping rooms and investigating obstacles independently.
But the capabilities were demonstrated on the military side, on the government side, found their way into the Ava platform with a lower cost sensor, and then we use some of that to improve the product back on the government side. So it really is that give and take back and forth between the commercial and the government side.
It'll be a long time before robots pull triggers, and maybe even longer still before C-3PO puts on a flak jacket. But as long as there's a war on, robots will continue to hone their abilities while saving lives. For MSNBC.com, I'm Wilson Rothman.